Hello guys, hello. All right, back with another 5-minute client lab review. This client, once they came on with me and started working, it was determined when I read their labs that they have Hashimoto's and major estrogen dominance. But the client's main symptoms when they came to me was irregular cycles, just a lot of issues with the cycles, plus moodiness, irritability, just the unpredictability of the cycle, just really mess with them, but it wears on you. You females get that. Digestion was an issue, weight gain was an issue, and this client was indeed diagnosed hypothyroid 12.5 years ago, but I'm going to show you here why the doctor had a big fail and miss, that she actually has now developed full-blown Hashimoto's from not running a full thyroid panel and checking on this client, especially when she was diagnosed 12.5 years ago. It means her medication is not working. So here is her labs. I'm going to pull up this first page here. This is what's going to show you guys the estrogen dominance, okay? We have two types of estrogen dominance. We have frank estrogen dominance and we have relative estrogen dominance. Frank estrogen dominance just means that you are secreting more estrogen than what you are using. You have very high levels of estrogen. Relative estrogen dominance means your estrogen levels relative to your progesterone levels, which can put you in estrogen dominance. In this case, she's both, basically. She has incredibly high estrogen levels that you can see here, 669, and then her progesterone is at 3.7. So her levels for estrogen are very high in and of themselves, and then in relation to her progesterone levels as well, it's very high, which this definitely contributes to the constipation, the moodiness, the irritability, and 100% the irregular parts of her cycle. She is also here, as you can see, her FSH and her LH. She is a little perimenopausal. This plays into it as well, but the biggest component or reason for the symptoms that she is having is this severe estrogen dominance that this client has. Okay, moving on from here. My papers are sticking. We're gonna go here, and this is how we determine the Hashimoto's, okay? So if we look at her TSH, which is a 2.1. So this is what the doctors check when you go and get your thyroid checked, especially if you're on medication. This is basically all they check. So her thyroid or her TSH is at a 2.1. So her medicine is helping to keep those levels down. It's still a little bit high. Ideally, TSH is 0.5 to 1.5. But if you look at her T3 here, it's a little low. Her reverse T3 is a little high, but her T4 is in a good range. So the doctor just looks at this and says, everything looks okay, despite probably the symptoms and the feelings that this client was having talking to her doctor. This is why we run the full thyroid panel, and we look at this TPO right here. You can see that, excuse me, this number is 179. That's high. We want this number at 0. So this is a definite Hashimoto diagnosis here. Like I said, I determine it in the labs. The client follows up with their doctors for the official diagnosis. So we have this now to determine. So Hashimoto's basically is your body has these antibodies that come in and start attacking your thyroid, and it can literally eat away at the tissue of your thyroid, just like you had the damn thyroid removed. So it's very important that you run full thyroid panels, guys, when you go to your doctor. You can come down, you can see that her LDL is a little high. This again can come back to some of her sex hormone stuff going on. And then we go to this next page here. We see her vitamin D is extremely low. It's at 18.4. Ideally, we're between 80 and 100 nanograms per milliliter. So I definitely need to get that up. And then the rest of it looks pretty good. Her cortisol looks good. Her SHBG, sex hormone binding globulin, looks good. Her protein for her age and where she is looks good. So her biggest struggles here are this estrogen dominance and this Hashimoto's. Those are two big ones to deal with, and two ones that can really put you in a hard spot. So we had to implement a lot of rest. This client is a very avid lifter. She loves to do strength training, and that was probably the hardest part for her, was resting. I made her for 2 weeks straight do nothing but walk, just walk, because we had to rest. Her system is under such stress with the hormones and the thyroid that's going on, that we have to try and kickstart her feeling better and some healing. So I had to pull her down to rest. Heavy supplement protocol to support the thyroid, to help heal the thyroid, to preserve what we have left of the thyroid. Supplements to improve digestion, because if you're not going to the bathroom every day, if you're not pooping every day and you're estrogen dominant, all you're doing is recirculating that estrogen back into the body, which is going to contribute to raising that estrogen level even more. So we have to poop every day. You have to poop every day for a lot of reasons, but especially if we're estrogen dominant, we need to be voiding every single day. And this is one thing that irritated me when she followed up with her doctor with her labs. Her doctor literally told her that some people just don't poop every day without, just not, and that's what, so guys, it's really important. You have to be your own health advocate, okay? We all have to poop every day. She especially has to poop every single day to get this excess hormones out of her body. So we did a heavy supplement protocol, like I said, to protect the thyroid, to heal the thyroid, preserve what we have left of the thyroid, to bring that estrogen dominance down. We rested her. I had to pull her calories back pretty significantly as well in order to improve digestion. We had to slow down the food coming in. We had to reduce the carbohydrates, because carbs ferment in the gut, not because carbs are bad for you. And we had to try and speed up or allow her system to do the work that it could do with a smaller amount of food. And then we will slowly work on building her calories back up, slowly adding exercise back in. Exercise is good for us, yes, but it is also a stressor on the system. It elicits the sympathetic response, which is that fight or flight response. We need her in what's called the parasympathetic response, which is the rest and digest, right? Rest and digest. We need her to digest. So I had to rest her. I had to control the stressors that I could control. I can't control her work. I can't control her kids, but I can control these things right here. And in the last 7 weeks, she's already lost 10 pounds. She's feeling better. She's looking better. Digestion is slowly coming along. It's just going to take there's a lot of damage here that we're going to heal. So I hope this is helpful. I hope you guys are enjoying these. This one's a little bit longer. Sorry, there was a lot to unbox right here, but enjoying these and using these so that when you go to your doctor, you guys are asking more questions. You're getting full panels run. You're doing the digging that has to be done, because the doctors are not going to do it. Okay. When it comes to nutrition, doctors have 19.6 contact hours of nutritional education in their 4 years of medical school. So why are you going to them and asking them for nutrition? They're not trained on it. They're not trained on it. And it's not talking bad about them. They're not supposed to be. They're supposed to be focused on whatever their field is. So keep that in mind, that you have to be your own health advocate here. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you like this, give me a thumbs up. Let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.